master did say to serve everyone. Why would anyone walk anywhere? Another satisfied patron.
Got a gig for ya. How's that back of yours?
Taking all my strength to hold back their onslaughts.
Call! Grishol! Do not be blinded by misplaced loyalty! The bargain Nathria struck will destroy Revendreth!
You are a disgrace to our kind, Draven! If you will not serve, then you will fall! Stoneborn! Strike down these usurpers!
Okay, because I'm going to start with this. To you is sacrificed. It's okay.
I have many lucky doos. You like?
They both jumped on me. 28k apiece.
Just need
Ravenous
more.
feasted me for 36k and 1 tick. Much to think about.
If only we had the new Fleshcraft already, right?
I didn't see what the buff was. I just heard
It's
about it.
so good now, Pip.
They like doubled the shield you get, and you get 30% DR while you're channeling it.
Oh
And
shit.
the channel's only 3 seconds.
Yeah.
God damn.
You're actually going to use it during combat now.
Dude, that's gonna be broken in PvP if it stacks with the
I have
the
many,
doctor
many
thing.
wares.
I don't know why it wouldn't.
May your feet find good trails.
Probably gonna nerf it. Nerf it in PvP, I'd imagine. That's very, very strong.
Okay, you can Mantis and stuff.
Can I get another some?
So we are gonna try to push after 2 sets of skirmishers. We're gonna do a couple things different though. So one, we're not trying to keep the second Goliath alive, so we can scratch that. I think it's just not going to be super reliable, so we're killing both of those, and then we want to push out before a third set of skirmishers. I think generally we need to. So this fight is not like a blast, like constant AoE, like just blasting. This fight is very much an ad control fight. So it's very specific periods of blasting, followed by like listening to what single targets you're supposed to be hitting. So the sooner you get out of the mindset of as soon as you see an ad, you're blasting it, I think the better. I think what we're going to do for the start of the night is we're all going to use CDs on pull, and then potentially we're going to pull 1 or 2 people with 2 minutes off if the second set of skirmishers is just too unmanageable without, but I don't know that it will since they all got an HP nerf. I think that gives us the biggest boss damage increase using all those, and then I think that gives us the best cooldown lineup for the burn phase and intermission, because the people that have to use CDs on the second set ads don't get CDs on the commandos. So hold on, when you say you, yes, so not on pull, on into the first ad set.
Yeah. Gotcha.
So how it should work is everybody using CDs on that first set of ads, and then we'll push right around 2 minutes. And by the time the Commandos and Goliath are pushed to about 40%, everybody will have CDs back up, and then we can do an AoE blast on like 7 to 8 of the orbs, and then the last 1 or 2 will be single targeted. The other things for now. So we are going to spend a little more time trying to get the Heartrend. We basically want to mass the first 2, and then after that we can kind of do single dispels on a lot of them, because the one in intermission is a little different, and then the one in the later phases of the fight, they're a little different too. But we should be able to line those up so that we have a spirit link on both of them, and with better damage on the Goliaths, we shouldn't really have healing absorb during. So we just need to work on that timing a bit, but I think it's probably still worth to try to iron out. So I think Luke will probably be first, but...
Should I still try to mass as the Goliath is dying, or just whenever the spirit link goes down?
Basically, whenever the spirit link goes down. I'm not sure exactly what the timing is going to be at the start of the night here, but it should be like the Goliath is dying, and then we want to dispel, and then the meteor is hitting, like all very rapid succession.
I wouldn't necessarily wait till you see Spirit Link, because by the time you see Spirit Link and Mass Dispel, Spirit Link's like almost over. I think we just need to set it up so we're kind of doing it at the same time every time. Or if anything, I Spirit Link after you Dispel, because we want it for the whole thing.
I think for now, the link covering the Heartrend people, once they're dispelled, is almost more important than getting the Meteor, since we're going to double up on some CDs. But we should be able to do both once we line up those timings.
Okay, so how about I save Spirit Link until I see the Dispel, but we'll work towards getting that more synced up with just timings on the fight.
How does the second set of dispels work? Is it the same concept where the Goliath should be dying as they get dispelled?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
The timings are like, until we're kind of comfortable with exactly what our DPS looks like and like how it lines up there, it's going to be a little weird, but I think it'll get consistent fairly fast. Intermission stuff, a lot of people study Dementis and stuff, by the way. Intermission, for now, we're just basically wanting to push after the second Crystallize, kind of is our ideal timing. So we clear all debuffs with that second Crystallize, and then we just push right away. And then we will head over basically to where that lock gate is now, but over on the like darker part of the platform. And we'll go over specifically how all that's working once we get there kind of consistently. Make sure you eat, oil, armor kit. And this one's for pull. Yeah, you can still blast boss on pull. I mean, you shouldn't like use CDs on boss on pull, but oh, and for Aswara, we should think of this more as so you are generally tanking Call, and I am generally the Goliath tank. The others, though, like I will try to have most of them, but you're going to have some of them. And so positioning needs to be good with Call in group just for damage on boss, so we push in time, but also because there's going to be skirmishers on you. So, like you should be out so that the Wicked Blade is safe, but like you shouldn't be out much more than that at all. And really, once you get positioning right, like you're literally just going to be like here, if group is like where we are now, like a very small bit. Everybody is good. Okay.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your rebellion is here!
We should be fairly well moved up over here. And then now that we have 2 details, we can be looking at far skirmishers on. Should be on spell now. And then it's going to be cross. And more on the Goliath. We need to finish the skirmisher, but more on the Goliath. We need just more on Goliath, period, so remember that for their later goals.
So it should be mass, yeah?
Yeah. Blade's going out soon. Good Goliath damage. So we can shift a lot of damage towards that Goliath on the next pulse. Okay, shout Devo here since we got Blades on group. And then Slayer AMZ. We're up Goliath here for the time being. And skull. See if that was a war.
There should be another mask. And link.
Yeah, for little slime exact, but not a ton. So that's 18 till. Okay.
Someone sitting in the wrong spot. I think one person just cleaved everyone both times.
That's what it looked like.
Somebody talking is really low. I think it's Rice, but.
What?
Maybe
No,
it wasn't.
yeah, someone was in the group. I wasn't me. Also, the Goliath. Huh?
I'm saying it wasn't the first set.
It wasn't one of either of the people that had it. It was someone standing in the wrong position.
No, yeah. No, I'm saying talking about the Goliath. Lost a little bit of cleave because I got targeted.
I mean, just looking at the damage on it. I mean, so other than when it's just on pull, they like 5 seconds till that Goliath spawns. Like, you're on Goliath for a good bit of time. There, we want that one dead quite a bit earlier.
That reveals your soul to me.
See what becomes of those who stand.
Can you see when the debuffs are out, Loops? Oh, I didn't mean to.
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I can.
Okay.
I was waiting for the link, or should I not wait for the link?
No, you shouldn't wait for the link. I mean, we want to sync it up, but if you wait for the link, then by the time you see the link and cast Mass Dispel, link's already over.
Okay, so just basically as soon as they go out.
I mean, ideally, we kind of want to sync it with the meteor, but yeah, I would just do it when they go out. That was pretty close. Yeah, Grellis, you think so?
Yeah. So we're gonna keep all CDs on first set just to see if this is workable, since a lot of stuff went wrong there. In general, positioning needs to be more like group, kind of where I am, jumping on star. And blade people, so first phase and last phase position is blades over here. Just make sure you're remembering that. Nobody really should ever be like on this back half of the boss. That is a danger spot.
It looks like it was either Mora or Marius, so you guys just make sure you pay attention to where you're sitting.
I mean, Wara is the danger one. Like, he is the...
I ran out with the second one, because I had it, so... It happened twice, and at least it wasn't me the second time. And I didn't have any dust the first time, but... So...
In general, like, it's not going to be safe to stand on triangle. So...
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Still on Goliath. And skull. Cross. And square. It's always going to be that order unless we have damage. So take off blue if you have. Everybody in. Good, masses are out, links out. That is like ideal. Now we blast boss a bit. Make sure you take blades out. Good, single target damage here.
On boss or Goliath?
Goliath. You can do a lot of cleave here too. So we have 40 seconds, over 40 seconds to win the push. Just stall. And then cross. And now group again. cross and Goliath. Oof. Having a blue blade there is not ideal. Once again, still, like, even now, you know, 4 or 5 seconds until we would push. You can jump off them. I mean, I think this push is pretty easy.
I think we made it even with that.
Yeah, I mean, you had me questioning myself over, like, whether we should put a little more damage on boss, but I mean, I feel like we make that easy.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure because last week it was kind of tight. But I don't know if it's gear or Vantis or what, but
just
well, and ads also have less health now, so like.
Oh, true.
I kind of forgot. Am I supposed to be running Ancestral Protection Totem or other than Wall? Because I actually do not remember if we said
We
anything
were
about this
running
fight.
Res Totem, but I'm not sure we're gonna need it for the place we were using it, so we might either move it or go back to Earth and Wall.
You cannot run it for. I want one of you to run it. The other one can
I'll
run
run
Earth
it.
and Wall.
Okay. Yeah, I'll stay. I'll keep
It's
running.
possible
When do you
we
want it?
need one in the second phase for one of the tanks, or one in the intermission for one of the tanks.
Okay, you were having us use them on the Heart Rends to like pick anyone up that died, but if we've got the links there, no one's gonna die. So
yeah,
I'll just save it.
First Devo, like, honestly, there's not a ton of damage going out other than the meteors. There's no
Meteor's
specific
not that
place I want it
scary.
right now. Yeah, I can send it again to you. Meteor is much less scary when you have 45 or 50k health like we do than 35 like they did in Progress.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, also, I don't know if you have them yet, Slayer, but before we get to like second phase stuff, you'll want to get the weak auras and the SLG tab. Okay, and then the main thing is what's going on with the Wicked Blade.
The one when we're getting pushed back, the second one, we keep getting a bounce in raid. The first one seems fine, but
I mean, so we're gonna have to deal with a lot of those, like where we're getting pushed and the blade's happening, especially later on in the fight. So like, it really is a case of the two people that have the blades just have to get to this side, and then Wara, like, you have to be running like on this right side instead of like running against the pushback over with the rest of the group. But like, we're gonna deal with that throughout the fight. It's, I mean, one of the difficulties. So
yeah, it looks like the people that are running out are getting there okay. So I think it's just either someone's in between or is out of position.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your rebellion!
it's gonna cross and square. Finish the Goliath, hopefully off, and then everybody else in. And
We want the mass a little bit earlier.
boss for a bit. Blades out. Hard on this Goliath. They just have combust again.
10 seconds.
I'm using it. 5 seconds.
Yeah, so I think you guys can all use combust again. It'll be back up for the burn, I think. Stay on skull. You bring boss back in for 2. Skull, square. And the head running in this. first Goliath. And we have 15 because boss. So hard on boss and click it. Push, 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 push. That's out, it's fine. And then everybody else is over at bottom. Okay, so it's going to be Goliath first. Everybody on me. We're dodging red shit like a heroic. You're on Goliath right now. You can just take boss outright. You can take him over by like diamond. Blade's still going out to the same general area. So we want all of these adds, Commandos and Goliaths, to be about 40% before we pop anything. So we're corralling it right now, is all. Right in, we want 2 more Goliaths, or 2 more Commandos, I believe. Okay, that's too early. That's too early. Yeah, so this really is like a wait. We're just chipping them down to, let's even go higher for now, let's say 50%. We want to get them all to basically 50%, then just hold off till we have, I think we need at least, so we want a Goliath and 4 Commandos, and then we're burning.
So I'm sure this was explained, but why did we go up on that little ledge there?
Because when you turn in an orb on Mythic, there is a very, very large knockback to everyone.
Ranging it from there? Is that what happened?
Yes, we are ranging the knockback here.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there a plan to dodge the swirls? Are we hard stacked and taking a step to the right, or is it kind of free for all? Because right now
I mean, it's more or less a free for all. Okay. We can, while we're gathering them, we can start towards the like triangle half of the room, and then work our way up towards the star. The gate can also be like on star, kind of.
Yep, that's fine. It was fine to dodge. I just wasn't sure if we were supposed to be hard stacked or not, because we currently aren't.
No. And that meteor right there, Wara, I don't know how much you've been clearing your debuffs, but we need to decide if you need to clear there. You should be able to go in without any. If you have, then we have to play that different. If you do not have to clear, then we're gripping the person out of that. Okay, so very quickly how that intermission phase works. So we're going to go over, let's just say for now, we're going to head towards like a triangle diamond when it starts. We're going to gather stuff up. Boss is going to be basically where he's standing now, essentially, is where call should be. We're going to gather mobs. You're going to be hitting Goliath. We can drag them back towards star as we continue to get more and more. You're getting them all to 50%. And then melee, ideally, for reasons later in the fight. When they die, the melee pick up orbs, and then I am basically going to call individual people to go turn them in at a specific time. So I'll be like, Insta, turn in, to you, turn in, Slayer, turn in, Marius, turn in, like whoever it happens to be. You can pick up more than one. Like you can pick up the big Goliath one and another one, for instance. So just be aware you have them. They do pretty decent damage, and they also time out. So like we have to do the whole process fairly quick. So just be ready to click on the gateway when it's your turn. When you do, you're basically going to take gateway, deposit, and then get knocked right back to the group. So we need the big Goliath, which is 3, and then 7 others. So we're going to do Goliath and 4 Commandos at one time with everybody's CDs so that we can burn through the shields. The other ones we're just going to do individually. Remember when they get to 20%, right? Not 30? I always forget.
20% on the Commandos.
Yeah, so when they get to 20, they do have that shield. So like pushing them early is very, very bad news. Once we get to 9, which there is a weak URL linked if you are like want to keep track like I am, but otherwise you can trust. But once we get to 9, we will essentially call which one is going to be our last orb, and then we kill it. Whoever picks it up, it should be one of the melee again. They will get ready to go turn in. The rest of the group is going to go to where I am now. So new star marker. So we're going to gather up here. I'm going to call for that 10th orb to be turned in. We're going to drop probably like an AMZ or something. We stay here, we get knocked back, and then we go toward center of the room for the second phase. Everybody clear? In terms of intermission difficulty, so blades just are taken to center of the room. There should be 1 heart rend, which I think we probably just single dispel healers, as you can like single dispel a couple at a time if you think the healing's pretty low at the time, but just kind of play it by ear yourselves. If we need to adjust, we can.
Yeah, I think if you dispel, you're responsible for that person. So like if there's already one going and you think you can handle another, then go for it. If it feels dicey, then don't do the dispel.
The only other bit of kind of trickery in that phase is the 1 crystallize we should get. The one we're planning on getting is going to go out of the group before the stun happens. Out of the group. That crystallize intermission. Out of the group, so nobody is following them. Nobody should have bleeds that need to be taken off, really. They go out of the group, and then one of the priests, let's say loots, since you should have less on your plate, hopefully, at that point. You're gripping them to the group to safety. Priest clear.
Can you specify a location that someone goes to when they have the crystals?
I can, but I don't have a marker for it. It will basically be, so if we are, let's say we're on Circle-ish, because I think that's the closest marker to where we'll actually be. If we're on Circle-ish, you're going to want to go towards like a triangle with that crystallize.
Okay.
Keep in mind, boss will be in that general vicinity, so you're not going to like go stand on Wara, but that's kind of the idea. We should only get 1 Aiden and Roots. It's possible, depending on our push timing, we get a second, but if we do, it'll probably be over here at this stack up point, and we can just play it like a first phase one.
Do you want... I'm not sure if you want people to be pulling cooldowns. Our timings are a little different than I expected. So, do you want me to just like figure that shit out? Or do you want to do something specific?
I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about. We are making up our own essentially, since we got another round of nurse. Skull. Should be skull labs. Crossing into it. Get the love if you need. Now everybody. Blades out soon. Watch Wara, watch Wara, watch Wara. Keep going with Goliath for now. Skull. Gotta focus finishers.
Whoever crystallized blink with that?
Yeah, they did.
Maybe.
Yeah, don't do that because that messed me up clearing my bleed.
No, any bleeds on that one.
Push, push, push.
Here's my bleed.
Should be able to still. That should be everything. Okay, except for timing. I think since we have that set of bleeds that we got, we're just going to clear on this next crystallize. So everybody's going to clear, including you probably more, since you're at 4. Remember, get this guy to like 50. Make sure you put the maze on. Not yet, not yet. Everybody that needs to clear. And then so. No CDs yet.
Skull's getting a little low.
Should get that one more, and then everybody needs CDs yet.
We're gonna explode!
Yep. Close though. I think so you can't grip all 4 in the commandos, it looks like, with the rate they come in. Like if you grip the first 2, it's not going to be up for the second 2, I don't think.
I didn't grip them. Were we supposed to be able to?
Oh, can you not? I thought you
tried to, it said it mute.
Okay, that's good to know.
Oh! I saw stone with the thing up. I'm dead.
I have many lucky doos. You like?
So I think with the old timings, like 2 minuters could pull down either set of the first, like the first or the second set of ads and have them up for that intermission, but that's not the case, so I don't know if you want to
push time,
or if you just want people to figure out their own shit and make sure they have CDs on the intermission.
So if we push around 2 minutes, which I think is what we've been, and then that's the timing on those 4 commandos, which is 3 minutes. So if you Wild Spirits on second set of skirmishers, I don't think they're up at that point, are they? It looks like
that's why I'm bringing this up.
Will Combust be back up if they do it on the second set?
Yeah, because we're waiting. Like right now, I'm basically getting to combust both sets. Just the second combust is kind of late into that second set.
And you still have it up for the burn even after that?
Yeah, because we're waiting for all the commandos to come in. Fuzzy's right.
Okay, cool.
So there's a couple variables here. One, I think you probably just pop on first set, Keats, because I think we get a tad more boss damage that way, and if we do that, I think we skip that last set of Wicked Blades, which means we can push the whole gang to intermission without any stacks, assuming we don't fuck up like we did that last pull, which is quite a benefit. That means all 3 and 2 minute people should have CDs up for the burn. The mages are doing kind of a weird thing, but I'm going to trust that they know what they're doing and have it up for that burn.
How are we doing that burn though? Because while that shells up on the commandos, they're immune to AoE. Like, should we be single targeting them or doing them one at a time, or what's the?
No,
I mean, they should. If we push them at the right time, they will all die to our big, like 3 and 2 minute
6
burst.
target cleave.
Oh, so like the shield won't even come up then, or what?
No, the shield's going to come up, and then it's going to melt away.
Oh, because area of effect is only things that are uncapped, right?
Because the shield says it makes them immune to AoE. Is that just not a mechanic, or am I misunderstanding something?
I think AoE is only
it's
uncapped
gonna work.
AoE.
Yeah.
Okay.
Double check.
Otherwise, it's called cleave. Anything that's like 5 or 6 target limit is called cleave, so that shouldn't be affected.
So
yeah,
am
it's ricocheting, yeah.
Am I spirit linking the second set of heart runs, or am I spirit linking the second meteor? Because they're pretty far from each other that I don't think I can overlap them with one link.
Do we want to hold the dispel until right before the second meteor?
Yeah, we should be able to just hold the dispel to line them up.
Okay.
Because we get it's like every 40 or 45 seconds we get a heart rate test.
Yeah, they're about 8 to 10 seconds off right now. So if we just hold the dispel, we should be fine.
We're keeping the lower debuff on people until we can dispel it to line up with that, is basically all we're doing.
In the past 2 pulls, it has been like far enough away that I cannot spirit link the Heartrend and the meteor at the same time.
Yeah, it's waiting on the mass is the thing there. There was one other thing I think. I'm drawing a blank on what it was though. Whatever, I'll think of it at some point. Oh,
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, we're good.
5.
Michael just is gonna talk mid-pull.
3.
Yeah, there was.
2. 1.
Did you make it?
Yeah, I got it.
Sounded so upset, Keith.
No, I was asking if it was
Keeps trying to say I forgot it.
Man.
I mean, it wouldn't be the first time, but
can't make it.
Let's do skull first. Skull. Cross.
I just like fucking with Keith. It's my favorite thing to do.
Then
this should have been mass already.
Well, just watch it.
Just keep him alive.
Blades out. Watch Keith. Wow. More skirmisher. Do skull first and then finish Goliath. Then have to push the other skirmishers here. Good. Now finish these off. You both off. And then finish that guy as well. See if we can push before these blades. I don't know if we can, but you can't.
Should we use the next resource for this one?
I mean, we have pure with 3, so I think we probably have to.
3, okay.
Yeah, so we're just going to clear with the next one. We can use this as kind of like a safety valve until we get this pointer. So we are using the next crystallized to clear, so it's going to have to be a group so meter. Remember, no CDs yet. We're just kind of whittling these down. Okay, everybody that needs to clear, clear.
I don't need to be in that.
Don't get skull too low here.
You are like single targeting here.
They're kind of down.
Get the moon. Get the...
Okay, and now it's burst time. So we don't want to push this when it's stalled, but we already did, so yeah. So it's actually super easy to push those. Don't push cross yet, don't push cross yet. Aiden. Don't push cross, don't push cross, don't push cross. Glutes.
Oh, it's pushed.
Yeah, I guess I'll have to.
We're gonna die!
These are like...
Turn the orb, then it does a fuck ton of damage to you.
Yeah, who
well,
got
the orb itself also does a lot of damage. Aiden.
Okay.
We have a healer.
Yeah, it's a big dot.
It's like 10k when you put the orb in. And the dot's like 5k every 2 seconds.
The dot's 10k every 2 seconds.
Is it? I saw 2 different ones.
You had 2 orbs.
Yeah.
I have many wares.
That's probably why I died.
Good fortune to
I mean, you can do it. I could have called you faster.
I mean, I could just hit a defensive. I didn't realize it'd do that much damage when I turned it in.
We can do a couple things here. I'm not sure which is best. So we can go earlier. We can go with Goliath and 3 commandos, which is fine. We can burst earlier. That means we're gonna essentially single target through 4 of them, which seems pretty easy with how much health they have. Or we... I mean, are we going to be able to hold off pushing them consistently is my question.
Just like stop hitting them when they're around like 50.
Just don't hit them.
I don't think we have to hit them at all, really.
I mean, it depends how much... So, like, the way most groups have done this revolves around, like, a monk tank, because they essentially gather the commandos on a monk statue and then bring them in, like, when they want them. So...
Earthelly?
No, I mean, we can definitely do it. I'm just trying to figure out...
I mean, is there any reason we have to hit anything? Like, can't we just sit there waiting for 4 of them
So
to
they're
spawn and then press buttons?
70% when they come in, or when they come down. And so we need to basically start our AoE burn like around 50%, probably. So we need to get 20% of their health off? Or is that so easy that it doesn't even matter if you, like,
I mean,
wait?
that just happens passively for just hitting the Goliath. Don't even need to touch it.
I think the bigger issue is just the gap between like the first and second, and then like the fourth and fifth is so long that, you know, the first one that comes in is already pushing as we're gathering them up for the blender. If we're not
I mean,
careful.
I can take them out of group and just, like, people can kind of twiddle their thumbs, but then, like...
I mean, you can also, if they're in the group, we also just shouldn't be hitting them anyways. I don't think it makes a difference.
Yeah. We need to just chill and not be greedy.
Yeah,
We're fine.
I think I'd like to see a couple more pools like this, trying to push the Goliath and 4 at the same time. And then if we just can't do it for whatever reason, like, we can adjust. But I feel like this is the better way. There's a feast down, Keats.
I don't see it. You're lying.
Best part of that is Fuzzy with the chat bubble eating.
In all caps.
We need to be better about the second crystallized too. It's almost always going to be with a wind pushback, so we want to make sure we have the speed totem down early, and then we want to make sure people aren't, like, blinking in last second or moving in a weird way so that everybody has their debuffs.
Yeah, like if you get it, just run against the wind, don't worry about your DPS. Be consistent.
Yeah, and people that, like, don't want to be in that don't want to get stunned, like, it's their job to move out of it. It's not the crystallized mission. Push Goliath, and then we can push Skull, or Squid. You can't do shape to this.
That didn't work.
Can you rotate around to the other side one for this blade? Yeah, that's where I want you. Although I think Abel's not expecting it.
But that means I get a step.
So I just want you on that side. You can be like, you can be over like here, but just don't be like here with the group.
Oh. Okay, but like that definitely. Oh, okay. I guess I'll be on this side then, like here.
There we go. Yeah.
Does that even being here, if the people doing the blade aren't like positioned properly, I'll still get a stack from them. That's why I was staying on the other side. If they fuck up positioning, I never get a stack.
That's something I think we get better with.
I didn't get the link down.
Just a call.
Sorry, my brain.
There was a lot going on that call. That was about it.
I like conditioned myself to think that I was gonna always put Wind Rush down first, and I wasn't ready to put link down.
My blade, your treachery has come to an end.
I feel like there's still a lot of people soaking crystallize when you don't have bleeds.
I have many lucky.
There seems to be a lot of debuffs, but
There were a lot of debuffs, and
Crystallized
there were people missing clears when they need to get them, but also I think people are just soaking crystallized when they don't need to. I guess if there's no damage chuck, it's kind of whatever, but it doesn't seem like a habit you really want to be in.
There's damage check.
Yeah.
The reason I don't want you to hear with group war is because then if like your position is off, it means everybody in the group is getting that blade. I am fine with you here instead of here, because then like that extra stack, obviously. If you're here, it's those people are out of position. And that's something that they just need to learn. But like here, I think you're always going to be a danger, even 100 pulls in.
I guess, but I haven't got hit by it once so far. Like the blades just standing here. Because the blades never go, the blades only go inside his hitbox. Even if I'm like, if like my little dude is the boss, if I'm staying here, I never get hit by the blades. The only time it fucked up was somebody was standing like on this side for some reason, and then he got cleaved and it cleaved the group. But I can stand on this side, it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I think generally it's going to still be safer here.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we're gonna have a nice intermission phase. I can feel it.
2, 1.
Skull, cross, and then try to do Reliant before skull. Skull, clear, and then everybody out. Oh man, that is clean. Except for Kelly,
Like a baby
still has
Except for me.
Boo.
Yeah,
Crystallize.
Watch blades.
I was the link, I didn't want to get stunned.
I have no idea how he gets over there.
It's just bosses in this raid, man. It's gonna be skull and cross, and then hopefully get out after. I mean, it ended up out of the group for a long time, I don't know. They have so little health, like it changes in an instant. Push boss for blade if we can. We're going to at some point do this consistently.
See that? He just randomly moved towards start, and I didn't even like move my character.
Okay, hit the diamond. I guess we can clear with this first crystallize. Crystallize. Remember, nobody's going nuts yet. Clear bleeds, 1 or 2 probably. We have one more, so the one moon coming in right now is our last one, and then we're blasted.
Do we want to get it down a little first, or we just blast as soon as it's in?
Let's make sure it's in, and then we can blast. Okay, pick up Insta.
Oh, I got one back.
It's okay, Insta. And then it's going to be Amber after.
So we just leave
And
X
Marius
alone?
after. Yeah, don't touch, don't push X, don't push X.
Oh, it's gonna push. It's gonna push. Hard, hard,
Kill it
hard.
now. There's so much going on. And then aid.
So ignore skull.
This crystallize, we don't want to play here. So grip shading out of that if you can.
We were very split there.
I know. So we lost half those orbs, it looks like. So like, this phase will last a while, but so we're gonna push skull and cross here. So push skull. We should be out of this phase in case you're wondering. Like,
I'm jumping.
We don't look at this phase.
that's why we're being overrun. In case you weren't clear.
We're losing the people that are turning in orbs when they've got Heartrend. So we need to stagger that or not dispel them.
Just don't pick it up for it.
So it was all melee except for Amber. I think that got them that time, right?
Do they drop on people? They dropped and I just had one. Like I didn't.
It flies out of it as it's dying.
Okay.
People should, try to be conscious of like getting away from it when it dies if they have Heartrend on them, because they're taking a dot regardless. Like even if it's not Heartrend, it's still like a decently chunky dot.
Well, I think most people who picked up the orbs did not mean to do it. It just kind of landed on them.
Yeah.
I'll stay away from the ads when they're dying. Then.
I think if they're dying. Is that the max distance on the Warlock gate?
Yeah.
Does his circle go to like here?
What do you mean? Circle to there?
The Renethal circle? It's like to here, right?
Yeah, like there-ish. It's not super big.
Okay.
Scoot over after the gate.
Let's do. So if we're killing the mobs like right on circle, which is kind of where I think where it's going to be. Range, try to be like here.
What?
So that you're just not inadvertently picking those up.
Like I'm over here.
Oh, I guess you could be over here. Wait, does it matter though?
Not really.
Didn't you say that when the blood orbs were happening, we wanted to scoot towards triangle though? Like to avoid them so we could stay stacked as a group?
We need blood orbs. That's just for like the start of the phase. So if you notice, like there's a bunch of bombardment at the beginning of the phase, and then it kind of tapers off to some degree, it seems like. So my point was just we can start like around diamond and bait a bunch of them here, and then you can like move up here as it gets safer.
Okay, I misunderstood then.
How are we dealing with Heartrends in that phase? We're just single dispelling them and taking care
So
of those
single
people?
dispelling, no mass. Unless we play that phase super clean, which I don't think is going to happen for a little while still, we're going to get 2 crystallizes, and I think the only thing you need to avoid is like a big Heartrend debuff with an orb person, or a big Heartrend debuff with the like meteor. Like other than that, I think it's on healers to pick when is a good time.
Speaking of crystallized, do you want to go over real quick what we're doing there if we don't need to clear?
So you get. Sorry, you can just go ahead.
So for now, it looks like the first crystallize in that phase we're going to have to use to like clean up phase 1 bleeds. So we're playing that one kind of normally. If we do not play it normally, so if we do an intermission crystallize, it's just group will be between like star and circle, since this is like our burn position, and then the crystallized person just runs out of group. They can either go to diamond or they can go like to center of the room at star. It doesn't really matter. Whichever place they go to, nobody follows them, and then they just get gripped out.
We're gonna call kind of in the phase transition whether we're gonna play the first one, right? But the second one we just never play.
Yeah, we shouldn't have to play that first one. Like everybody, including Lara, should be able to clear. It's right now we're pushing a tiny bit slow, so we're getting a Wicked Blade, which gives us 2 stacks, and then Wara has stacks normally right now. But everybody should be clear going into it.
And then our orb people are the melee.
Generally, yeah, but for right now, like, everybody needs to be ready since it's a bit of a learning process.
Okay. I'm just wondering because I can't see who has an orb on my frame. I'm gonna fix that if the orb is spell items and then it's an orb.
So Skull, probably Cross, yeah, they're all gonna die here. Just finish them off. So, and then out. So, big blast off boss. Try to get some good damage in here. That's good damage, actually. The Skull, ideally Goliath, and then Cross and Twin.
What the?
See you later.
How did I get 3 stacks out there?
That's part of the fight.
So. This last play. So that's a super late mage bust there, right? On those second set?
Mine was a little late because I had to get the first crystallized, not the others.
I started busting most of this turn, so I'm ready for that.
Let's play this first crystallized since we're at 4 stacks already.
Bring me their anima, heroes.
Don't go nuts here. Crystallize coming out soon. Is everybody clearing and soaking? Two more commandos. Luna's the last one, then we burn. People get ready to turn in. Cross is pushed to get that one down to 80 turn in. Hold off on Skull. Insta turn in. 2 turn in.
Still one on the ground.
And then 80 turn in. Yeah, one more on ground still.
Skull's
not pushing Skull.
Don't push Skull. Don't push Skull.
He's gonna push.
Just get ready. Kill him. Should be fine. We're dripping out of that one.
Don't soak in the one.
For sure.
No, we didn't push.
We have to run up and help here also. So
Let me
just
double
make sure.
check. I'm pretty sure we missed 2 orbs there.
I think one
just
just
timed out
spawned.
on the ground. Yeah.
Your treachery has come to
Should
an
we just not hit our damage buttons?
On which one?
Skull.
Like the last Skull there that we pushed when we.
One, yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just going to be like a decent amount of waiting around at the end of this phase with how good our DPS is and how little health these things have.
No damage.
Did I just get really unlucky? Because I ran out and I got 3 stacks immediately of the bleed as soon as the thing hit
It's just
me.
a bug.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yeah, it's a feature.
cool.
The person who went out with you didn't get 2 stacks, did they?
No, Aiden. It was me and Aiden. We were well apart.
Looking at logs real quick.
It says that the Wicked Laceration was from the Stone Legion skirmisher, which means you probably just got them targeting you.
Oh, that's maybe I just get super unlucky then, because the blade hit me and I instantly went to 3 stacks and just fucking died.
Dude. Like, I didn't even get to do damage onto those small boys. They just kind of died.
So we had Goliath and the 4 that we were planning on died. Great. So that's 7 orbs right there, and we had 6 orbs turned in at the end of the phase.
So one just despawned or something. Or someone didn't turn in, one or the other.
Well, so we had the Goliath orb, which is 3. So I guess I need to clarify what I mean when I'm saying this. So, like, there's 10 total, like, deposits that you need to deposit. A Goliath gives you 3 of those. So the 3 plus the 4 from the others should give you 7. We then, soon after, killed an 8th, missed that one as well. So we missed 2 of those turn-ins. And then we pushed Skull, even though we were trying not to wipe to that, which would have been our 9th. So that phase should almost be over. So let's see who actually picked these up. So Aiden had the big one. Aiden had the big one, 2 small ones. Pip had 1, 2 had 1, Insta had 1. How did you get 3 different ones, Aiden?
Oh, I got 2 as soon as they dropped, and then I saw one on the ground and nobody picked it up, so I ran over and grabbed it.
Oh, I picked one up as we were jumping off, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so that was probably the 8th one then. I mean, I think it's not great if you get that many, Aiden, because the way we can do this phase very cleanly and quickly is by using the Warlock Gate. So we can do it, like, I should be able to call them back to back to back to back, basically like 1 to 2 seconds apart, if people have them and are using the gateway to do it, because it'll just be like, boom, Aiden clicks gateway and immediately you get knocked back. So
Okay,
like the next person should be able to go almost immediately.
I mean, ideally, we just have them all picked up right away, right?
Yes, because it's 15 seconds before it times out, and we should easily be able to do that. Like, we should be able to do 5 people or 6 people, whichever it ends up being in that time. I think I dropped food, yeah. And then, yeah, so if we get those first 5 mobs, so the 7 orbs, right, to answer Keats's and I'm guessing many other DPS's question, it's going to be, like, pretty slow, like, there's not shit to do for a DPS. Like, it's gonna whittle 1 down, burn through that shield, whittle another, burn through the shield, and then the last one, it's like super casual. We want to push at exactly the time we want, so it's going to be twiddling your thumbs. Yeah, I can grab a cauldron before we pull. This is good so far, though. I think we can at least roughly start getting into second phase Grishal tonight, so let's clean up especially this first phase, so the second pushback's mainly, and then we can really nail down intermission here in a couple pulls.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Your rebellion!
Are people potting on full?
No.
Oh, I was.
No, I'm just wondering. We hadn't set to, so. It's gonna be Skull, then Goliath, ideally. And then this finish crossing up there. Take those off if you need. Everybody in. Watch blades. We're about 1% ahead from our better pulls so far in boss damage.
Stone's like just random target.
Yeah. It's like what the healers get to do.
It also slows you a tiny bit, but it's not really important.
30% is not a tiny bit.
Tiny bit.
Okay, just disengage it off, obviously.
Let's do Skull, then Goliath. Trying to push the other two till after this crystallize if we can. And then cross and then push. It's fine, just play. Take lead up if you need, and then everybody else helps it. Push, push, push. We are going to push before this blade, but I think we're probably still going to have to... Oh, we got it.
Whoa!
We still get it, so I guess that timer doesn't reset it. That's fine.
Oh, 30% slow. Oh man. Wish I could disengage it up.
You'll be fine.
Oh, where are you going?
Remember, we're chilling. Get eyes up. Like that.
Are we blast?
Yep, after moon then. We blast him. And then we're ready to pick up the third. Third turn in there. You're gonna have to push cross to insta-turn.
Chill on Skull.
Pure turn in. Aiden turn in. Me turn in. That to you, sorry. And Slayer. So the square is our last one.
Hard on Skull, hard on Skull.
Yep. And then we turn in Skull. We're pushing cross, cross, cross. Aiden turn in. Cross, cross, cross. Just clear this. No, just clear that.
Oh.
And then square is our last Aiden you can turn in. And then we kill that, and then we're over by here. Everybody, and then Shaden, you're turning in, and 2, 1, turn in. These will all die.
Oh god, the blades came back.
Yeah, all those commandos will die on the face, right there. And then we're pushed.
I kept getting the ball. I was like trying to avoid them, and I still kept getting them.
I noticed. It's like, who's going? Oh, it's Aiden. Who's going? Oh, it's Aiden.
Am I like, what am I doing? How did they just come to me?
I mean,
You just like balls, bro.
I do, but nobody else likes balls.
Yeah, it's fine, Slayer. We were gonna take our break anyway. We'll do our quick break there since we pushed New Face and then come back.
Proggies!
Feels like the PvP fight. I dispelled myself, immediately got stunned, thought I could live because I was at 100% health, and then died within a second and a half. So,
So just like PvP,
Yeah,
you died
it's
with bubble on
kidney
cooldown?
yeah, I was like all sitting there. I was like, I looked and I was like, oh cool, I'm at 100% health. Like I should be okay. And the next thing you know, I was dead. And I was like, I guess I wasn't okay. It's a casual. Oof.
Was that break? Yeah.
They still didn't have update the character sheet to show what covenant you are. Fucking hard is that?
So I'm surprised they're capping Mythic Plus at 220.
Yeah? You don't like rival gear, bro?
I'm just surprised that they're not adding another level above it.
Hot drink's still down for people.
They probably feel like 15 is too low, but they also
they
don't want to be responsible.
An achievement for 20s or something like that because
I don't think they want to feel responsible for balancing at that level.
They don't. Which though I guess is not bad as like essentially
Aiden had
extra
a
bad luck protection on top of everything else.
Just seeing if people are backwards.
Like I did agree though that that's inconsistent with PvP. Go for it.
Is my healing tide meant to go anywhere, or can I kind of use it willy-nilly at the moment?
Yeah, you can use it willy-nilly at the moment. I didn't assign them just because it's mainly burst damage. That, like, it's the pulverize, it's the heart rends, but like, timings are so variable on this stuff that I feel like you guys are going to be better at picking it up, and we can just roll with that.
Okay.
Did we get...
One sec.
Yeah, there's like 4 or 5 people that are still gone.
Did I miss the food?
Nope.
Are you gonna put down a feast?
I might.
Should I mark race on the spreadsheet, or?
If you have it going, then yes. One minor thing we need to alter, I meant to bring this up at the start, Dora. So after my Goliath dies in intermission, we can swap and I can take boss, so you don't have to worry about getting like 3 stacks on bleed.
What? I was eating ice cream, man.
Rice cream?
What we really want, Keats, is a spreadsheet of what people in the guild eat during break.
Tortilla chips, write it down.
Cookies. Cock.
You're the worst.
Bagel with butter.
Keats, in case you're curious, there's something on Star.
I don't see star.
I'm a star.
Okay, that last pool we had Big Orb and 8 others, so we had 11 out of 10. So we had more than enough. We just kind of futzed about with 2 of them, or we futzed about with 1, and we had to get an extra there. So
are we gonna play that second one every time or no? Or
this is going to look like, when this is clean, it's going to be so much faster that it's kind of ridiculous. Because like almost all the work is done once we pop CDs there. Like 80% of the work is done there, but it's all just a bit too slow. So for now, probably yes, but
okay, so we'll play it for now because I think that's how War and I died. I called no one soak and then not enough people soaked.
well, Wara should only have 2 stacks now, so like he's not gonna feel the need to soak as much since I'll have boss at that point. Stone. Drunk. Finisher. So, it's clean, it's clean. Oh, DKs, you can free AMS the Heartrend and intermission, and then you are like prime candidates to carry orbs because we know you won't have debuffs. Blasting the life. Skull, then Goliath. The bleeds. Should be fine. Hostin if you need, push on if you need. I see Insta alive.
No,
What if I can rest Toto?
he just doesn't know it yet.
Does that work? Oh,
Yeah, it worked. Holy shit.
He's dead now.
That's too easy.
Okay, you're dodging. Goliath. We have runs from areas still. It's handy.
Areas do forget the text one, right?
Cool.
I have everything disabled under Google Lab.
We're soaking this one?
Oh, sorry, I didn't call.
Mother.
Yeah,
Wow.
that was my bad.
Nice block, nice block.
Very sec. The lasting one. Get rid of the turn. Did we push one early there, or did
They just didn't die.
I think we must have pushed one over.
Yeah, I feel like
yeah, we
there's 4.
One of them is Shadowlands.
Yeah, but the fourth one was not done, like blown up yet. So the first one must have phased earlier.
Yeah.
Correct, I guess.
do we have so much overkill on time and damage on CDs that we can start blasting before that moon gets in, or is that too dangerous?
We can start blasting at 3.
They die in like 5 seconds, and everyone's cooldowns last at least like 10. So.
Also, does it super matter if it's only one guy? Like, do we really need one guy?
No, the one guy's gonna die at the end of our cooldowns anyways.
Farewell, friend of the Grummels.
I mean, it's basically an efficiency thing. Like, it's most efficient if we get, that big pack of 5 and then blast, but we don't strictly need to if it's causing more trouble.
Over-optimizing.
Yeah, if it's causing more trouble, then I think we can push early. So that's the square one, then I think, is where you'd start to push.
Can we blast at 3 commandos?
That's what I'm saying. I think it marks skull, cross, square every time, and then moon is the 4th one. So you start pushing basically after square came in.
Hell yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I mean, it depends, Fuzzy. Some push at 3 and some push at 4.
You wish to test me?
This Mog sucks. What's wrong with this guy's Mog?
So we're going to try pushing on square coming in this time, just to make sure it's clear.
This meeting of the Assembly of Iron is adjourned.
Keep in mind that means when moon comes in, it's still going to be pushed by the overlapping CDs, so like don't ignore it.
I want tea.
Should have made it during intermission, nice.
Intermission?
Intermission?
During-
I'm not doing an
during break.
intermission. Hell yeah.
2, 1.
You finally get to AFK.
Cross life and then ideally square after. Good lead. Blaze out. Still through. Let's start round 2. Skull and Goliath. try to push through crossing square after. Bleed and then the blade also. Easy.
Still gonna make this spell late.
Yeah, we still have to deal with the long break. It should be fine there.
There's dead.
I mean, you can PS yourself, and you can use first crystallize to clear. So we will clear with the crystallize for it has to enter S3. Stole. Square coming in, so
Start blasting.
we blast him. Alright, go shields. 2 turn. Slayer turn. Blading turn. We're gonna blast again soon. We're gonna blast again soon. We're gonna blast again soon.
You
Insta
can't
turn.
be. They're turning in. You guys can't be on
Shade.
the platform.
Are people just standing in the group with
Like, why are you guys?
I didn't see
Oh,
what
no,
happened.
no.
That's how
I'm
that
pretty
was.
sure
We saw a bunch of other
the
stuff.
blade was a buggy one. It like went
Well,
through
just-
the group and
Yeah,
flew
it like
off the
flew
map
off
away from
the
all.
No, I'm pretty
People
sure
were
what
doing
happened.
blades while the knockback happened.
Yeah, Fuzzy did the blade, I think, while the knockback happened, and then got knocked through the group with the
Did look
blade.
like out there.
Yeah, I was following him as he flew off.
So I guess we have to hold a second for that then. I've never
Yeah,
noticed that.
wait till the blades are done.
That should be fine though. They're already starting to get a little quicker, so we should have a little bit of leeway.
I'll raise your Insta. Do you have a weak orb that's showing you who has the orb, girls, or is that just on your
Yeah.
side?
Do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want that, or do you want the spell ID to have on your array
Nah,
first?
just give me the weak orb.
I don't think we've gotten any of the the ones where Limit got where the blade is just like circling the target for 3 seconds before it comes back in, shit like that.
That one
That
sounds
blade,
fun.
blade only looked wild.
Those are mostly fixed, I think.
Yeah.
There's still other weird shit that happens though.
Their ghost comes out.
The rarer it is, the harder it is to fix.
One, and this is fairly minor, but it's something to start thinking about since our phase 1 is getting better and better each pull. So what's happening right now is that the entire group, so the crystallized person, specifically during the second skirmishers where this is more of an issue, but the crystallized and everybody fighting against the blowback is like running right where I am, basically. And so the crystallized circle overlaps from the wall to like here. So basically people that don't want to be in the stun part of it would have to go here. So I think what we want is we want the crystallized person to be running where they leave a little bit of a gap right here so that people that don't want to get stunned can run on that side.
Run ahead. Do you want me on the wall then?
Wait,
What
is
do you-
that the second one?
On the second one, I mean, you can, the first one, it happens so quick that it's not as much of an issue, but I mean, I think the same principle applies to both. You just want to make it so that if people don't want to be in that stun, they have a little bit of room over here.
Yeah, because like, yeah, because if the people outside of stun can just kill the birdies.
Yep.
It'd be really nice.
Yeah, that's why those overlaps last a little bit longer than they should right now. Because we have more people getting stunned than need to, and then we have to wait till everybody's unstunned to finish off the ones at like 10%.
Human trinket.
It's okay, it's getting better every pull.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's go first. Maybe cross after, and then rely hopefully. Then around the crystallize, I would say another like yard to the right.
You cannot run!
New eggs. Wait a sec. Try to finish Goliath. It's already healed you up. Can you res up? And that's gonna be still crossbow.
Yeah, we
So that
pushed
was-
all 3 skirmishers at
yeah.
once.
Yeah.
I died through Link.
Your treachery has come
That's a
to
rare
Probably
one.
not a lot of people in that link because we got
It looks
pushed
like
so
a lot of
hard.
people not in the meteor too.
Yeah, I couldn't
how
get
I
in
died.
with the push.
There was a Venn diagram, but I was panicking.
No, we just can't have all 3 die at the same time because those of us without mobility aren't gonna really get in those.
Died to that thing.
To the
You,
2 bleeds already.
yeah.
So you got ambushed
Just
by
kinda
the
got
ad, probably to
comboed.
add that second stack.
Super unfortunate.
We went from 80% to dead.
Nice, it's like I got hit by a red valley.
Divine Toll go Burt.
That's why I say it's the PvP boss.
Maybe Marius is actually smacking you.
Ew.
5,
No, I'm vent here.
4,
I don't
3,
clap.
2, 1.
Your rebellion
Skull. Push quiet and then push cross. Clear it if you need. Boss is dancing. New lands. Okay, so. Let's go first. You get under, push Goliath, and then it's going to be cross. Yeah,
That looks kinda sketchy,
right
man.
there. We have a double there that's lasting too long. We have a couple things we could do to change it, but oh, we actually pushed too slow. You just jump off.
One thing I think might help is a range stack on melee.
I think we're supposed to.
Okay, because a lot of times the skirmishers that don't die quickly is because they leap away.
Well, I think the bigger problem is we're just killing skirmishers randomly instead of listening to what Growls is saying. Like, we have a set order, we should kill them in the set order instead of, like, some pulls we have them phase at the right time, but sometimes it's the wrong one phasing first, sometimes they all phase at the same time.
So who's standing, like, up here? Especially during, like, second skirmishers, because there's always, like, one or two jumping right where I am now, which is a little confusing.
It's been me greeting my rune. I'll come in more.
Don't you just start in melee? Why don't you start in melee with everybody else?
Just easier to get back and without getting pushed. I'll do that now. There's no reason. It's fine.
Because I think what's happening, and I mean, Keats even called this out several pulls ago. So, like, I'll call Skull, and then it will leap to, like, here, or like here, and then it gets pulled out, so then it's now higher than the other mobs. And so I guess everybody's like, well, I'll hit those mobs now, and then they all push at the same time, and then, like, we're stuck on that pushback. So I think the leaping's a part of it. If not, I mean, we can add a set, like, of Wild Spirits to it, but I don't know that just kills them faster. That doesn't, like, fix the problem necessarily. It also makes our intermission phase, I mean, one hunter will basically have no CDs, which is probably fine, but...
Huh? Am I doing something different? I was...
No, we're just trying to make sure we're a little better grouped up when those skirmishers are up.
We just need to be consistent. I'm eating!
5, 4.
My Prince Renethil mana bar is bugged out. It's got 60% energy. Means intermission's gonna be easy. Grouped up even for this first one, we'll just get into the habit of it. Cross next. Daily Goliath, but Skirmisher's gonna push, so just deal with it. And so. Okay, next set's coming out for Bubba. There's a sec. Skull first. Finish Goliath if we can. And then cross. I mean, single pushback is pretty easy to deal with. Meteor at the same time. It's the double or above that gets really dicey. Yeah, we can push it. Sorry, I thought that was a game.
Yeah.
Correct? I mean, this is almost exactly what we want here. Like, Laura has a debuff and Keats has a debuff, but
are we clear?
Pretty good. We're gonna clear just to make killing a bit easier, but this is close to ideal. Remember, we're going at square now. When square comes in, we blast. Clear there, and then I'll soak after. Oh, we're getting ready to blast. Blast. Slayer thing? Probably not. Slayer. And then Aiden.
You don't want to do this in time.
We didn't get Moon.
You gotta go quick on those calls also.
Quick, man.
Yeah. So I think part of what's happening is people that have orbs are like, well, there's ads to DPS, I need to like stay behind, but I don't think that's the case.
Like we have to go like bang, bang, bang to get him out as quick as possible because we only have 15 seconds from when they drop.
We need to do it fast, especially if we're having to pause for the Wicked Blade in between, because it potentially fucks it up.
As soon as they die, like,
Many deals for a friend of the Grumbles, like you.
It's going to be normally 5 people that we have to do over 15 seconds, so we need to do like a person every 3 seconds. But there'll be a gap in there because of Wicked Blade, so we need to do it like every 2 seconds.
Is there a weak aura that we can do like Ashara's clearing the stun debuff thing? Because then we could just do it without a call out. We can just go by the list.
Whisper macro.
I feel like once.
No, I mean, is there ever a time when they can't just go by the list?
Not really.
If one of them gets Wicked Blade, I suppose.
We're not turning in.
You can still play around that anyways.
No, I'm saying if one of the people that has orb gets targeted by Wicked Blade, they can't just strictly go. Well, they can't strictly go by the list necessarily, though.
Oh, true.
I feel like once you've picked up an orb, you just have to get ready to click the gate.
I mean, that is what I'm using to call people, so it's going to show 10 demarcated mana bar for the 10 turn-ins you need to do, and then it's going to show everybody that has an orb with their name and the seconds remaining. So people that are doing orbs can use that, I guess, technically. And people that aren't turning in, like, you need to be aware, even if I'm like distracted by calling, you know, somebody to turn in or something else, like if an ad pushes to shield phase, you have to blast, like regardless of whether it's called.
How often is Wicked Blade cast?
How often is Wicked Blade? I'm not sure the exact timing, let me check.
So the Wicked Blade cast there went out just as people started rolling out ads, rather than after we needed to turn in orbs. So I don't know if it's like spell queuing, but it may be different every time.
No, that's how it's been every pull.
Yep, that's pretty much.
I'm just saying, like, we didn't need to wait for Wicked Blade at least that time, only because, like, by the time Wicked Blade went out, we were already like still killing ads.
So was that pull where Fuzzy's blade got fucked up just different from most of our others?
5,
Yeah.
4,
It was the first time we saw it.
2, 1.
It hadn't been initiated until that one pull.
We were later into the phase that pull.
Yeah, I mean,
that pull.
Me and another pull. And I.
Oh, did it? Okay. I can the whole route that time.
So obviously, Cross and then Goliath for the most part.
Shouldn't that not be all the way against the wall?
Yeah, so we want a gap there, remember?
Oh,
God damn it, Pip.
you said go to the right, and I didn't know which right you meant, depending on which we were aiming.
Your other right.
Yeah, obviously you're
Billy's
other right.
Okay, Aiden.
What?
That bug.
I think I meleeed you as he ran by.
Yeah, I literally just ran my blade out and punched my ass. That wasn't a bug. I don't think that was a bug.
You're right, no, it wasn't a bug. I thought it was a bug because you just went from 100% to down.
Do skull first, and then it's probably going to be cross whether we want to or not. We're we're going to get debuffed here in a second. We cross, hold off on square if we can. So. Another cycle alive.
Oh my god, I need so much blood.
It's dicey. The push like now is so perfect.
Ah, we're getting the ads.
I got literally every Wicked Blade. So.
Just a buff.
Well, the facing from the front, or from where we start, is to the right. And you said to the right, so I thought that's what you meant.
I was referring to
right
as you're running.
I get it
as you're
now.
running against it.
But I'm just, that's where that came from. But I get it.
I get it.
Soul stoning himself.
I have many lucky
So if you have Wicked Blade and a Goliath spawning, don't stand near him with Wicked Blade.
I could have taunted him a split second earlier, but that's annoying.
I didn't, like, I literally was looking at the boss and I just get meleeed by him as he's walking by. It's so weird.
You're just like, fuck. Just got punched in the face.
Also, I meant to ask before last pool, but how long do you think it's going to take for all the orbs to get turned in? Because we're holding off on dispelling people based on the orb turn-ins, and if we are holding off for longer than like 20 seconds, we're basically taking more damage than necessary by them just waiting out the entire dispellable dot.
I think the only people you have to hold off on are melee, if they have an orb to turn in.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think we're
you
only holding.
I think healers or range, you can pretty much dispel whenever you feel safe at that point.
Okay, because I think I got confused then, because I remember 2 pulls ago that I was like told that I shouldn't have dispelled when I did, but it was just after the Goliath died.
We had the. Was it after that? I thought it was right before the Goliath died.
It was after.
Is it after? Okay. Well, never mind then.
We need fort, and we need everybody to check their weapon oils and stuff. Go ahead and pot on pool just to make sure we push this phase, even if we have like a random death or something, just so we don't.
Is that potting? No. Potting?
Yeah, just so we don't waste pools when we could recover.
Wait, do I pot on the ads?
Pot when you're using your CDs.
Probably when you're using CDs, yeah.
Do I hero?
5,
No.
4,
No.
3, 2, 1.
Because that just throws
That's
timings
already
like all out the window.
What?
You're not potting for the ads, you're potting for the boss. Skull, and again, cross. Goliath if we can. Please up. Gather up, new ads coming soon. Skull, ideally Goliath, and then cross. Cross. Let's do that. Super easy push there.
Spotted.
Probably has something to do with it. First meteor, we are not certain. First meteor, it's the Okay, square is our blast timer. We blast. This is the grip. 2. Aiden. Slayer.
Should we stop DPS?
Shaden. You can push Skull. And then Insta. Two. Square is our last one. Let's go ahead and push across.
Can I get fenced up?
We can actually swap that way. And then let's head over to... Somebody turn that one in. Insta turn that one in. Everybody come with me. Or come with me. Or come with me. Get blades go out. Anybody kill square.
I don't have no damage.
And then 2, you turn that in. It's a little scuffed. Blade out though. Soak this.
I think they got knocked out of it.
Yeah, it's a bit scuffed, but...
Okay. What fucking knockbacks did they do?
It's okay, that's closer.
Why is there skirmish?
And so, because we get skirmishers like right away. And so now we are where I am, basically. Actually, no, sorry. Now we're going to start over by Star. We're eventually going to be in that bit area. So we're going to be here. We play essentially the same for this first set of skirmishers in Goliath, and then we start doing the phase 2 mechanics. See if you can stay alive until that first... Oh, you did. Who was that on? That was on...
Me!
You had
I'm supposed to be on Star, but, you know.
So Weaker popped up and told you where to go?
I know where to go.
But I'm saying your Weaker popped up and told you where to go? It's kind of a big deal if it didn't, but... I
wasn't paying attention.
God damn it, Fuzzy. It's okay, just... We'll pay attention when we get there.
Deals for a friend of the Grummels. Like you.
Okay, getting closer. So once I call the last kill target, the goal is really not to hit any other thing except to whittle down square, then totally stop until we're ready to push. So whichever the kill target is, that time it was square, but I call that, that's the last one, and then when we kill it, we can still have the person that picks up that orb wait to turn it in until we want to push. So that crystallized there that we had, that I think 2 you had, obviously was not handled properly. So I think that timing is going to be pretty common for a bit. So how we'll do it is we'll just play the meteor over here. So everybody that needs clear can clear, and then we stack meteor just on this group while we're, waiting for a transition. And then as soon as that happens, that orb person will turn in and we'll phase. So we'll have a bunch of commandos still that'll get killed with the knock, and then it'll be skirmishers and Goliath soon after. We can either gate that last orb, or we can run over here early and do it. I think gate is probably... Gate is going to happen when we're clean on the phase, but for now it's probably going to be we go here a little early and the person runs over to it. T's actually a pretty good person for that, since he can generally just leap there.
I'm here.
Same. Okay.
5,
Blast the boss again.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I forgot to get food bowl.
And then when you don't push, it's going to be embarrassing.
Oh, did you see how she was like the last
I did not actually. Spell. It's probably going to be Frost. Frost and squares, I finish Frost. There we go.
Oh, did I caught?
Oh, whoops, I didn't either.
Actually trolling. You have, did you hear, you could hear how sarcastic Pete's face was in that comment. Where are bats going? There is a sec. Let's go. There's the life, and then cross. So, push, push, push. We have quite a few bleeds, so I think we probably clear with the first, unless healers are comfortable with the damage.
Clear isn't a ton of damage. How we do that?
Technically, we'll clear with this first second, or with first crystallize. Squares coming in.
Where's the crystallize?
There it is. Clear. Or blasting.
Oh my god. We needed to wait for the crystallize. Yeah, if that crystallize is slow, we need to wait for it clearing.
Yeah, I know.
So I definitely think that
I think we just skip it.
Yeah, just jump up.
if we're going to use that crystallize, they don't run onto the group, onto the ads.
They just stunned
be next to
everybody.
it.
Yeah, I mean, this is why you don't typically use that crystallize to clear.
It would be fine if they were just next to the pile, because then we can all just step in. Yeah, I saw you, Slayer. Or we can just take 2 steps to the right and like help soak Meteor. It's not.
I mean, the main issue is we had 3 people going to the phase with bleeds that didn't clear. So if we figure out how to get that more consistent, we never even have to debate it.
Also, is when the ads get low, is that just a aura buff on the ad that makes it so you can't heal the raid? Because I didn't see any debuff on my raid frame or my
It's Goliath,
self.
just like in first phase. So when Goliath
That's what
pushes,
Luke's died to, yeah.
Yeah.
We just couldn't heal him. So I mean,
I meant like, is there like a debuff that goes out, or is it just a buff on the Goliath?
Yeah, it's called I believe it's a buff on player. It's Soul Taint Effigy.
Taint?
I do not know the spell ID though. You have to wowhead it.
You can't clear the bleed with immunes if that's what you're asking, Lutz, and you'll still get them through it. Like you can ice block waiting for a blade, and you still get another stack.
What the hell, Wowhead? It literally put a pop-up
Fuzzy
ad
just linked it.
over the spell ID when I tried to export it to a. Oh my god.
Is there an add-on so that you can see spell IDs in the dungeon journal?
I thought that
Just Google
LVI
it,
did it,
damn it.
but it doesn't.
I mean, I know I can wowhead it, but like I see, you know, all my other buff, debuff IDs, but not in the dungeon journal.
I see it with LVI.
In the journal?
In the dungeon journal?
Venture guide.
If you go to
Only on certain abilities, it looks like.
yeah,
that.
see that's the issue. Yeah, it's like stuff like this doesn't show like
the stuff you could click on.
Like I can't see.
Really, I don't see it on here.
Like
text links, yeah.
Oh, if you okay, I see.
5, 4.
I see.
2, 1.
Cross appears to be on me.
Sorry, I got counter, but when you guys pick this up,
I was gonna taunt, but I was trying not to hit it, so.
But it didn't even hit me that hard, so kind of whatever.
Maybe Aiden should just take it.
As a monk, it's pretty versatile.
Cross. There's like a lot of this skirmishing. 3 if you need, and 2.
Pain!
Gather up. Boss first. Or sorry, skull first. Finish that fly, and then try not to push through both at the same time. So cross first. You can get pure up too. Try your blasting boss so push on time. Still have 12, so it should be fine. Okay, folks, so this is gonna be clean. So we are not playing, we are not group soaking the crystals. It is a grip out of that. I'll talk that one in a second. Super permanent sound. That one's gonna get a grip. And then we can swap here if this is what you want. Yeah, I see. So we push it until next turn. Insta turn in. 2 turn in. Luke's turn in. Aiden turn in. Shaden turn in. Insta turn in. Oh, there's somebody. Go cross.
We didn't go cross.
Yeah, sorry, there's a lot going on there. How many stacks did you have there, War? 2 or 3?
He died in the chrysalis.
He died to meteor.
Oh, I actually only had 2 stacks, I think, but I usually reset them, so I went for it. But
So
if you're not resetting, that's fine.
I think the play there. So after you get 2 stacks should be when we're blasting our ads. And then I should swap, take boss, and you should be picking up the rest of the commandos at that point.
Sure.
Because then you're going to have 2 stacks, which is totally safe and like manageable, and then I will get probably 2 stacks, and we can clear at the phase transition, basically. And we don't have to have any like shenanigans to clear on the group with anything.
Yeah, you just gotta listen for the call, because sometimes we're soaking that one and sometimes we're not. Ideally, we're not at all, but...
No, we're never soaking it anymore. All of our pulls are going to be perfect.
Okay. I believe you.
Fucking stupid shit.
Well, if you have 2 grips, couldn't I technically also reset it?
You can.
Because I just think that would be easier. Because let's like swapping when it's multiple ads, kind of annoying.
It is.
What's the time between the casts on those? I guess
We don't have enough grips to
I don't
grip
think we have enough
both on
grips.
the first and then the second.
No, so second though, we should be able to play normal if we need to. Second is like the one that happened over here when we had that scuffed pool.
Yeah, we're fine then.
I am actually okay trying that. So who is gripping Wara and who is gripping the target?
Lutz will grip the target. Nixie's gripping Wara.
Okay. So that means the crystallized target, you're going to Wara. So just wherever the boss is tanked, like you can come closer.
He can do it anywhere. I can leap in because it's not doing a Wicked Blades if the timing has been like last 3 pulls, so it doesn't.
Well, let's set a spot. So it's going to be like.
I'll be in the middle.
It's going to be like there.
Yeah.
What happens if one of the priests is targeted?
Then you drop the Ankh totem.
You're dead.
That's actually what would happen, but I realize you used the Ankh totem early.
From what we're doing now with that crystallized, just so.
So it's the first crystallized and intermission. Everybody is playing it the same as like we planned, so it's gonna be a grip, and nobody is soaking the meteor. Nobody's taking off any bleeds if they happen to have fucked up, and it's just Wara and the target are getting gripped out, both of them.
Okay. So we don't have to do anything basically.
Yeah, it's a priest and potentially a shaman job. I'm not sure about Trinket. You can do other stuff too, like a Pally can bubble out of it, a warrior can blade storm out of it. I think
Human can trinket it.
Human can trinket it. I'm not sure about Hunter Turtle. I think a DK can IBF it. So there's a lot of ways to get out of it, but I'm not sure of all
You can
of it.
IBF it.
Yeah, so that is also an option. You can also technically you can Warlock Gate out of it, but I don't know that that's going to be an option for the most part.
Just like Spear.
Yeah.
You could, I mean, we could have it happen here, and then they could both Warlock Gate out of it if they needed to, but that seems that seems sketchy. I was running through options while we were waiting on the ready check.
You're buying options?
5,
I
4,
was. I'm
3,
trading right now.
2, 1.
Skull. Square.
How come Ilya the Cordite don't provide it?
Same. Wonder what happened there.
Who?
You, what do you mean? Skull? It's gonna be Skull and Goliath. Ooh, that's not good. Jump real fast.
Your treachery has come to an end.
We were just too close to each other and it blew us up. Well, it blew me up.
Oh, the two blade targets themselves were too close. Interesting.
Yeah.
Got Beybladed?
Does freedom just make you immune to the wind, or no?
No.
Okay.
But
I
Echoed
would guess like
Blessings
Decimates does, though.
gets 8% movement speed.
I have many wares.
Set up it's like the Zaw thing yet.
War's got an AFK minute, so we gotta take. You can like go bio real fast if you need.
Piss?
I'm taking a shit.
Oh
Just
man.
kidding.
We could technically have Aiden tank for a pull, but by the time we swap like kitchen, then it's like maybe a pull. Just trying to think of ways to make that second skirmisher set a little more consistent.
The what?
The second skirmisher set.
Oh.
You could say Poggies.
Would that do it though, Keats?
Well, you haven't tried, so I don't know.
I mean, we're doing well. We're not doing that well though.
Is it like because you're not saying Poggies maybe? Or is it the other way? I'm not sure.
I mean, I don't think we can do causal inference on this, but like we got to set up a bunch of other experimental methodology if we want to do that. If we're up for that, I'm totally game, but
Huh?
exactly, Rice. Exactly. I think we're gonna breeze through the Grishal phase, though. I'm feeling confident about it.
I feel like the first phase is the hardest phase of the fight. Dude, ads don't spawn in the last phase, right?
Skirmishers do. Goliath doesn't.
Okay.
Dude, those chains just get destroyed though.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, I think we're probably only going to deal with one set of skirmishers in the last phase.
Yeah. Do they spawn immediately?
I think it's basically right on the push, yeah.
Okay.
We just probably
have hero up,
everything
so
up.
it's gonna
Yeah,
get,
we
they're gonna
last
get
blow everything
fucking
up.
yeeted.
Oh.
We'll get a second set of skirmishers there, but unless we're like way behind, I don't think we're single targeting bosses.
Yeah. The bosses are probably just gonna. I mean, the boss is just gonna die. I feel like they like 5 million health just kind of gets shredded.
I mean, Grishal phase, like we don't have to deal with Heartrend, so that's a lot easier for healers. All we have to do is know how to place reverberations. Oh, this is what we can. So Slayer, especially since he wasn't here, everybody's got the Soak Eruption weak order, right? They're in the.
I have it at least.
Make sure you have as well, Slayer. Everybody's got to have it for it to work, right? Like, as long as you have that in a good spot so that it's going to annoy the fuck out of you, so that you, like, notice when you're supposed to soak, like, those should be easy. And then it's just Council mechanic. Like, everybody has that weak aura. I'm pretty sure I linked that already. Yeah, these seismic upheaval. It's like council, except you're not running around the boss. You're just like running to one side and kind of fanning out. So like I think fairly easy. And actually, the second intermission, I mean, the only difference from the first intermission is that we have to soak in the middle of it instead of having to deal with Heartrend. So we learn like 60% of that in the first intermission. What I'm saying is, we've got like 90% of the fight learned already.
Conceivably killed this week.
It's gonna be it's gonna be very tough.
Okay.
But I mean, this is for most people. I mean, this is like the end boss, so it's gonna take some pulls. But
yeah, but not like 400.
God, I hope not.
That would be bad because it took like limit 300 to kill it, and that was when it was bugged and harder than this.
I mean, it just got nerfed again, and then it was
Yeah.
nerfed like a week ago or something now.
It was nerfed, yeah, I think it was nerfed last week and then they nerfed this time again.
People that like just killed it within the past couple days were having between like 150 and 200. But I think we can at least beat 200 since it's been nerfed again.
How many kills was or how many pulls was Sludgeless before he killed him?
63.
64. Or yeah, 63 I guess.
Okay. But
That's what, a 50 to 70 boss on average?
Sludge Fist? I mean, it totally
depends a lot
depends.
on the
Like,
guild, yeah.
it depends on the guild, and it depends on, like, we killed it the week
back.
it was nerfed.
Oh, true. Yeah, the damage.
So that was 10% less on the Colossal Roar, and
35%
significantly less on the Bleeds.
yeah, the bleed and the pull did 35% less damage, which is insane.
I think the only one that really mattered, though, was the Roar. It's okay. We're going to get War back. We're going to get one really good pull in, see the start of the second phase. It's going to be great.
So I already forgot, if I get the Crystallize or whatever, then Nixie still grips War and I just take the Ankh Totem?
Yes.
Okay.
He's back.
Wait. Can't you press disperse if you have a personal on your loop?
Through a solo soak? I don't think disperse
I
is
feel
enough.
like there's no way. What's disperse? 70%?
99 or no?
No, it's a 70.
Oh, okay. 70.
Yeah, it's 375,000 damage, so.
It's only a 75% reduction.
Close, but not quite.
Dude, you can ignore pain at the same time. Yeah.
Actually,
what if
I have
Illy-
the conduit for Fade too, so it's like
What
80
if Illy?
something.
What if Illy clutches it and puts a key on top of the
4, 3, 2, 1.
Wait, I mentioned that.
Oh.
Oh.
And then we were like, well, we have to rely on Illy for the gate, and we all just kind of gave up.
It has to be a gamer.
Oh, so what are you mean to me?
I don't know.
Because you said you were gonna throw eggs in his face.
I never said that.
Amber bringing up a good point that I forgot about. Skull. Trying cross. I'm pushing at the same time. melted though.
That shouldn't be right on the wall.
I feel, yeah, I feel like
do you guys
people.
listen to Growlin? What the fuck?
Which one of you is Growlus?
You want to put it farther towards star side, not towards wall side.
Oh.
Gather up. There it's Skull, and then Goliath, and then Cross. So ready person over there. We can get chained up after. It's not great. Do you have block?
No.
I need to soak it with you so I can block it.
I need to soak
Guess we
Just don't like stack it in the group. Just put it right outside. People coming in.
So we want to not nuke all the ads immediately.
Yeah.
Nuke all the ads?
Oh, I'm scared.
Wait for this before we move. Actually, timing-wise, this looks pretty decent.
Now we blast?
Yeah, now we blast. Nixon cancel. Two. Me. Slayer. Aiden. Instant. Two.
Go square X.
Yeah, kill X. And then Skull is our final target. So Cross can go right away. Aiden. And now we start shifting everything to our stack point. Go, go, go. Kill, yes, grip that. Kill Skull, 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 Skull. I guess we just wait to move there. I feel like we could move early, but I guess not. So we'll wait to move, we'll kill it, pick it up, and then move. We can do one more puller. For how much went wrong, it was actually decent.
I think it's a lot of it is. I know I'm for one confused a little bit about the timing right there. Like when we're transitioning, like when we're actually pushing that ad versus like when we're stopping damage.
Don't we want to move all together
Wait,
until
which
dead
ad?
and then kill it?
So does everybody know like when the does everybody know how the phase works? I guess is the starting point.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we get them low, they blow up.
But like
drop an anima orb, you have the anima orb.
So-
People like
Yeah,
go
so
for
when
it.
we're stopping, the boss is at 9 out of 10 energy. And so that last ad that I call, I think was Skull there, that is going to, whenever we kill it, trigger the orb that will transition us. And so what we're going to do, what we didn't do there, but what we're going to do now is we're going to kill it here while we're still here. Someone is going to pick it up, ideally probably someone like Tuyu, since he can deposit whenever, instantly. And then once we have killed it, we're going to transition. We're going to go here. We're going to bring everything. At that point, once the ad is dead, you don't have to attack shit. You're just trying to live. We don't want to attack stuff. If we accidentally push another commando, we're going to wipe. So we go over here. Once we have that 10th orb, we're just over here waiting. We're going to wait for a good transition point, which is either if we need to clear because we push early, it'll be a crystallize. If not, we're just going to push when I call it. And then everybody is here. Tuyu's going to deposit. We're going to be in an AMZ right where I am. We're going to get knocked, and then we're just going to go right towards star and start the next phase.
Okay, that makes
We're
sense.
gonna get double knock though, because we
Yeah.
put in the orb, so like you gotta wait for the actual big knock.
Yes, so it will be 2 knocks, but it's going to be like mini knock. The ads are still going to be there, and then it's going to be big knock. Commandos are dead.
Yeah, I guess the question I have really quick though is just after like square ad, it seems like we're just kind of YOLO single targeting, and I know in theory you're like calling okay now kill, but it doesn't seem like people know if or when they should be stopping on the ads after square, between that and skull. Like I think it's like
the
moon X.
ads before, the ads after the big burst up until the last one. Like I am calling the ore deposits at that point.
And
The 2 ads that need to be killed there, just as soon as they shield, you push, and you're doing it one at a time. Like I will try to call it out, but like it's not
So
like
it's
no,
only
you don't
the
have
last
to.
one we need to wait on.
Yes,
Yeah.
we can put in orbs 8 and 9 whenever. We just have to make sure we break the shield. You
Yeah.
don't have to wait for my call. Like that really doesn't need to be called out at all, honestly.
Like the only time you stop killing is when Growlithe says like the last guy that dies is Mark. And then you're just basically AFK until we get a good transition.
Yeah, the last guy that called, it's called, whatever it is, so skull that time, you're not gonna immediately push it. And then any ad that comes in after that, you're just fucking off from, you're ignoring them.
I think we have a little issue with the second Heartrend meteor overlap, but we'll talk about that
4,
after.
3,
That's how we keep losing like one person.
1.
Let's go. Do we cross next? And Goliath. And then Twitter.
Second crystallized positioning.
You were perfect, Juan.
That's pretty good, yeah.
It's terrible.
Sorry.
Oh.
Gather.
I heard more fuzzy.
That's coming out. Melissa. Skull, and then Goliath. Don't push any of the others yet if you can. Maybe square. So.
No, it doesn't go off.
Hopefully.
We can play it again, that's fine.
Well, wait. I can block the meteor.
No, but we have 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, we're just gonna play it. Get out there, not heads for him. Or it needs to clear anyway, so. So we're gonna crystallize in about 5. We're not gonna push, although it doesn't look like we will have that timing anyway. Until after this crystallize. You shout.
Bye, Moon.
What was that? Is that me?
Were you out there for Blade? Keats?
What?
Were you out there for Blade? Is that what you said to Tanya?
No. made a mistake.
Okay, we'll stop there for tonight. I think the main thing we need to clean up in this first part is the second skirmisher crystallize overlap, because that's just, it's kind of maddening to have to go into that phase and do a different thing every other pool.
Yeah, it is kind of important we get that crystallize on people.
Yeah,
Well, it felt like that crystallize took a sideways step at the last second.
I feel like
are people just missing it? Is that what's happening? Or...
Yeah, I was in it, but I felt like it took one step to the right before it went off. But that might have just been me out of position.
You should. I mean, I'm not saying that it didn't move. That's possible that it did, but you could also be more towards the middle of it, so that if they do step to one side or another, you're still going to be in it.
I feel like it's important that Wara gets it though. I feel like the...
Yeah, it's actually